like there was always something crazy going on when he was around. There was never a dull moment if you were hanging out with Pimp C. So, you know, being a friend of his and being a collaborator, you know, he was an actual contributor to Ozone. He would do like a monthly column.
Right.
He had some pretty interesting contributions. So I knew that he was a colorful character, a very interesting, complicated person, and he would be the perfect subject for a book. So when I took the idea, you know, to his mom, who was actually his manager, took the idea to Bun, you know, everybody kind of gave me the green light. This was a couple years back, so I've been working on it for, in total, almost about 5-year process.
5 years?
Among other things that I've been working on, but it was definitely a very thorough project. So
right.
It's everything you ever wanted to know about Pimp C and UGK, and also a documentation of that time period, and you got the Dungeon family and No Limit and Cash Money and all these other kind of storylines that integrate with Pimp's story.
The title of the book is Sweet Jones, Pimp C's Trill life story. Julia Beverly is in the building, and she's going to be out at Pyramid Music with the books and signing books and everything like that. So, you know, if you got a little bit of time and you love hip-hop, man, make sure you come out and give Julia her props and give her some dap on this great book with a lot of pictures, yo. Where did his family and friends just have these pictures available for you, or
actually a lot of the pictures are pictures that I took. Some of the later years and some of the early years, his mom gave me a lot of stuff, a lot of real exclusive stuff from his early days as a young up and coming artist, and the time period when he was incarcerated. He wrote a lot of lyrics and letters, and there's some pretty funny stuff in there. He wrote Paul Wall while he was incarcerated, pretty entertaining letters and some things like that are in there. So yeah, I'm headed right now to Pyramid Music, so if you want to come out and get a personally autographed copy, that's where I'll be 5 to 7 p.m. today, Pyramid Music. If you're not able to make it out, you can pick it up on Amazon. We'll also be in Barnes & Noble and some other stores in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
That's what's up, man. Julia Beverly is in the building, everybody. And you know, when you look at stuff like this, and everybody, you know, they're big fans of the music, they're big fans of UGK and things like that. What are some things about Pimp C that people may not know? I mean, you know, he was real cool with the words, he was good with the wordplay, but something that somebody be like, nah, stop playing. Pimp C?
Pimp C, he shot a man that broke into his house. That's a pretty entertaining story.
Right.
During the recording of Super Tight, so this is back in '94.
Okay.
So there was a beat that a local producer, well, DJ DMD, some people are familiar with DJ DMD. He was very involved in the early days of UGK. So
yeah, we play him here.
He had done a beat for a local artist, and I get there was some dispute over, you know, whether the artist had paid for it or not, and Pimp had a problem with his artist, and he took the beat, or basically bought the beat, and then recorded a diss song over the track that the artist had originally wanted. So, you know, Pimp was a pretty entertaining guy. He, like some of his early records, even in high school, like the very first version of Tell Me Something Good, which a lot of people haven't heard, because it was the first version, was actually a diss to like the local bully, you know, the high school bully that was getting in fights with everybody. So, you know, Pimp was always very outspoken and never afraid to speak his mind. So, and then there's the story of Master P, with, you know, Pimp and Master P got into it. A lot of people have heard little bits and pieces of that story, but yeah, a lot of rumors being put to rest and clarified in the book. You know, I just made the effort to go and talk to the people who were actually there and really get the facts, and not just, you know, kind of repeat things that have already been floating around, which I think a lot of journalists are not really doing that. You know, sometimes if you hear something in a song, or you hear a rumor, it just kind of gets repeated, and it may not actually be true.
Exactly.
So we try to go to the actual source and find out what actually did happen, and his mom was a huge help with that. I mean, just clarifying things that happened and didn't happen. Another thing that might surprise people is that, you know, you've heard he went to jail over not doing his community service.
Exactly. Right.
Which there's a little bit of truth to that, but the real reason why he ultimately ended up getting prison time was that he was offered the chance to go to a 6-month drug rehabilitation program. Okay. Which in Texas there's a lot of, you know, it's a big cash cow in Texas. There's a lot of people making money off that. Right. But they would not allow him to take his medication. He was actually diagnosed bipolar. He had some severe, you know, mental health issues. Right.
He had sleep apnea too, right?
Right. He had sleep apnea as well. That actually developed later after he put on some weight. But when he was offered the opportunity to go to this program for 6 months, they said, well, you can't get your medication, and so he opted not to do that. And because he opted not to do that, that's when he got the 8-year prison sentence.
Does it surprise you how much people still love Pimp C?
It doesn't surprise me.
Not surprised, but the amount of like, yo, that's real right there.
Yeah,
for people
love Pimp C. I mean, that's one thing I definitely learned doing Ozone magazine was that, you know, we would put out these issues every month, and his column would get like the most response, and we did tons of, you know, interviews and other things with him, and people loved to hear from him.
Right.
He was not only a very intelligent guy, but very entertaining as well. So.
We got Julia Beverly in the building, everybody. She'll be at Pyramid Music signing copies of the book, Sweet Jones, Pimp C's Trill Life Story. Y'all make sure you get by there, get yourself a copy, get you an autograph and all that good stuff. And with the state of hip-hop today, would you ever do another magazine, like an Ozone magazine again?
That's the question I get asked every day, and I just feel like it's different now because we, you know, like I said, we were kind of like Instagram or Twitter, you know,
right.
Prior to those things existing. Artists didn't really have a way to speak directly to people. So when they did interviews with magazines or other media outlets, people like Pimp C would get frustrated because their words would get changed or their full message wasn't really getting across the way that they actually said it. So with Ozone, we would just put, you know, raw and uncut, this is what he said, you know, try to transcribe everything exactly how he said it. And a lot of artists appreciated that. And, you know, now the artists have so many avenues to reach people directly that I don't know if it's necessarily needed, that kind of liaison is not really needed anymore. So for me personally, I like a challenge. So I don't want to just, once it gets easy, it's kind of boring to me. So, you know, I put out a magazine every month for 8 years.
Deep thinker you, deep thinker you.
Writing a book was a challenge to me because I'm actually really more of a photographer. So to actually write a whole book, like that was it was tough, you know.
Right.
But I think if you don't challenge yourself, you're just gonna be kind of floating through life, and not learning anything new. I mean, there's nothing fun about that. So definitely check out the book Sweet Jones, Pimp C's Trill Life Story, and I don't know, who knows about, you know, in the future might
you thinking about it. You thinking about it just a little bit. You just can't tell us. Oh, it'd have to be different.
It'd have to be a little different twist.
Okay.
But it's a possibility. I kind of feel like we're in like information overload right now.
Right, yeah, that's true.
There's a million places you can go to see interviews and read about these artists, and it's almost like too much.
Right.
So I gotta stay ahead of the curve and not just do what everybody else.
You
does.
have to just do like a video joint, call it the Ozone Layer. Did I just give you an idea?
You're gonna charge me for that idea.
No, I ain't gonna charge you. Just let me. Nah, I'm good. I just want to see you shine. Yo, that's it. And
well, I'm glad I can make it out to Augusta. I'm definitely looking forward to meeting some folks at Pyramid Music. So.
That's right. Everybody, go downtown. Check out Julia Beverly. The book is Sweet Jones, Pimp C's Trill Life Story. Hey, thank you for stopping through. We appreciate
thanks for having me.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime. Doors wide open for you. Come on through.
For sure.
All right, then, everybody. Let's get into it. 5 o'clock mixtape. DJ Vince D. Julia Beverly's going to Pyramid Music. Y'all go meet her out there, all right? It's the all-new Hot 95.5, 93.1. Throwback hip-hop and R&B. Booyah!